This has been something that's been in the news for some time now, not just recently, but over the past few years. The term Black Lives Matter began in 2013 following the acquittal of George Zimmerman in the shooting of the African-American teen Trayvon Martin in February 2012. A few weeks ago, many of us watched George Floyd gasping, "I can't breathe," as a policeman knelt on his neck. Both of these individuals are dead. It's the last part of this, the death, that people do not understand. Years ago, thousands of people were sold into slavery because of the belief that people whose skin colour was not white were inferior to others. They were expendable. When that happens today, when people are treated differently because of the colour of their skin, then it shows that nothing has changed. This is why people are saying Black Lives Matter, because they do matter. What they are not saying is that all lives do not matter. I've never heard anyone say this, but when I hear all lives matter, as black people are crying out for help, what I hear is individuals who do not want to look at or comprehend what is happening. Now, I'm not saying that people who've committed crimes whilst on marches and demonstrations are right. Don't let those few detract from the bigger message, which is pointing out the crimes of our ancestors, which some, by failing to acknowledge them, are ignoring. If we do this, there is another word for what we are doing with the truth. We are whitewashing it. And this word seems quite apt. We cannot expunge the past by ignoring it, and we cannot take things down to sweep them under the carpet as if they never existed. We have to face up to the reality of things, and we have to look to a better future, learning from the past and never glorifying it. At St. John's and St. Mark's, we believe in inclusive church. This means that we will not tolerate discrimination or oppression in any form. We model ourselves upon Christ, who told us to leave the 99 sheep and go after the one that was lost. He didn't say that the other 99 didn't matter, but that the one needed to be found. We model ourselves upon Christ, who told us the story of the prodigal son. He didn't say that the other son didn't matter, but that the father was watching for the return of the one whom he had lost. We model ourselves upon Christ, who asks us to defend the weak and the powerless. That doesn't mean that we are ignoring everyone else, but that we go to those who need our help when they need it. That's individuals or groups, not everyone all the time. We must understand that when we say something, we must mean it. So if we say all lives matter, why do some of those who say it want to stop immigrants and refugees who come here trying to make a better life by fleeing a violence? If all lives matter, why do we walk past a homeless person and try not to look them in the eye? If all lives matter, why does the idea to some that LGBTI people are fully acceptable, equal and loved by God make them feel uncomfortable? If all lives matter, then Black Lives Matter. They matter to Jesus because, after all, he wasn't white. We are all created in God's image. We are all acceptable. No excuses, no exceptions. When one is in need, we stand with them, shoulder to shoulder, sister to sister, brother to brother. So whatever you think, whatever you say, Black Lives Matter. And as Christians, as human beings, we bend a knee alongside you.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.